Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and I thought I would sit down and do another video for you guys and gals. Let me get a sip of my water first. Get my beautiful radio voice going, and let's talk about this. All right, let's talk about arm day. So the question comes up, who will actually benefit from an arm day when we're splitting up our programming? Because not everyone needs an arm day, okay? We need to be clear on that. I need an arm day. You guys see me doing an arm day now, right? Since I've drifted over into more physique focus as now my primary focus. I still want to be strong. I'm not saying I'm disregarding the power lifts or I don't care about keeping my deadlift 600 plus, but physique is now the primary focus. And I have an arm day. So the question becomes, who needs an arm day and who doesn't, and how do you split it up otherwise? All right, a perfect example, my training is more specialized at the moment because my chest and back are bigger than my arms, particularly my back. I have a chest and back day. I don't give them their own day. They don't need a specialized day of their own. And I superset all my back work after my chest. So it's always chest then back. Why? My back needs the least work. My lats are my best body part. My back is my best body part. Okay? I throw those together on the same day so that they get done. Get it done efficiently, and then move on to other stuff. My arms have their own day. Now, I superset all the triceps and biceps, but they have their own day. Why? Because arms are fresh. In other words, I have done no work before the first tricep or bicep set. So if I do a tricep set, then a bicep set immediately, I have zero fatigue walking into that. Why does it matter? Because that fatigue will limit stimulus over time. So in other words, someone like me who has done all this strength training, when I did arms, I usually neglected biceps for long periods of time. People say, but you did curls here and there. Yeah, but you'd also see me go 4 or 5 months without doing curls or just some hammer curls in there. And I wasn't even doing chins at the time. Well, my biceps got neglected big time. If rows are the only thing you're doing, or an occasional set of curls at the very end, like you've already done 15 sets of exercises, or even 12 sets before you even touch arms directly. See where we're going? Especially the biceps. It'd be one thing if I started with chin-ups early in there, but I'd be doing benching, different pressing, and then rowing. My biceps got neglected. So what you find is that the further you get into a workout, the harder it is to recruit the upper threshold muscle fibers of any muscle. Therein lay the problem with doing too much at once. It's a big problem in that regard. It's a big problem because we simply cannot get to the upper threshold muscle fibers anymore when our nervous system is too fatigued, unless we run the workout really long, I guess, and we take some super long breaks. But then what are you doing? You're going to spend 4 hours doing an upper body workout? Come on. And even then, that's questionable. So that's a problem. So in the case of someone like me, yeah, sure, on my chest and back day, the final sets, I'm fairly fatigued, but it's still the same muscles, not as big of a deal. I just do them all in the same day. The arms get specialized. I make sure that they are being hit. Okay, and because we have an arm day, we don't have to just come in and go, well, I can finish off one really good exercise for arms. And you might be able to do that on a different split if you're balanced. In my case, what am I doing? 3 different tricep exercises, 3 different bicep exercises on their own day. Now, is that an extreme approach? Yes. I'm not saying everyone needs to do that. That is ideal for someone who has disproportionately small arms, right? So I'm in here curling. I mean, from the front, it looks like I've got decent arms here till you see the rest of my torso when I stand up and do stuff. It's like, oh. So I'm not proportionate, right? But you guys see me doing all these different types of curls, doing standing barbell curls, doing dumbbell preacher curls, incline curls, all of this stuff, okay? And I think I may rotate more supine grip work even into my chest and back day so that I do get some compound work there. Again, just to specialize a little more in arms. All right. What about a person who doesn't do that? Well, a chest and tricep day and a back and bicep day is perfectly fine. In fact, I would say for a lot of people, that's a good default. Now, you could do a push-pull legs or push-pull legs arms. That works as a 4-day split also For people who really do need to keep their arms development on point, that works. But I think as a baseline, when you're splitting up some of your upper body, I think it's perfectly reasonable for someone who is balanced already, or particularly someone in the other extreme. Let's assume your chest and back are lacking, right? So I don't have big arms, but are your arms not disproportionately not big? If your chest and back suck, it makes sense to give them almost their own days, okay? And if you do it that way, for a lot of guys, you can stay pretty proportionate. So for other people, this is when you start looking at the way you're splitting stuff up. You have to think about your weak points. A chest and tricep day works great. Why? Because all the chest work, the pressing, is working your triceps, particularly that lateral head. All right, so you can do all that. So every single set still hits your arms. Okay, your arms are not getting shorted, and it's not like you're doing a bunch of work that's not your triceps that's causing you to fatigue them. So by the time you get to the tricep work, it has been only pressing and chest work. You'll get balanced development because your arms got trained all the way through. So when people say, what about your chest and back? You're still, but no, because those other sets are not counting towards the opposite arm muscle. The back work isn't helping with your triceps, and the chest work isn't helping with your triceps. So you've already fatigued yourself a lot by the time you got to the direct work. Totally different. But for more proportionately developed people, you can run that and probably be okay. And a lot of guys will be. And I've had clients with big arms and good development who you guys have seen me do like push-pull legs type setups. So push-pull legs, exactly what it would be, right? And then you could throw delts in at the end if your delts aren't lacking. Okay, but if your delts are lacking, they may need their own day. You may need a shoulder day. So hopefully that makes sense to people when we describe it that way. So you could do a chest and a tricep day and that would be fine. You could do a back and a bicep day and that would be fine. And a lot of times you're getting people like, well, why can't you do all that and then another arm day? A lot of guys, you may end up with excessive overuse. Your arms may not be fully recovered. If you're actually doing that really hard, fatigue might be so high that you're not able to fully stimulate the arms again on their arm day. That's not doing you any favors in that case. So that's not always necessarily helpful. So it's just something to think about with that. But yeah, so I think that really is baseline. I think for people who want to do splits, a chest and a tricep day and a back and a bicep day make great sense for starting out. The arm day is particularly useful for people who are disproportionate. And I don't mean, oh, I've got small arms. No, are you small everywhere with small arms? Well, you're not disproportionate, okay? You're not disproportionate. It's when your chest and back are starting to get bigger than your arms, that's when you benefit from an arm day. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.